All right, we are getting into the game here. It looks like first map is going to be Busan. This is going to be really interesting for both teams. This is Cottey's first game of the season, so this is going to be really interesting to see how everyone fares going against. I know I believe this is the first week of games.
I'm just
We've got
excited.
we've got some big enthusiasm in the booth over here.
Whoop, whoop, yippee!
Got a
This is
chorus of
battle like that.
people. Um, see how this goes. But right now we got this diggity darn cow. This is very popular for people to shoot when they
He's
first
so
leave.
cute.
It's very cute. People, it's it's been a staple.
It's been a staple.
It's been a staple. I mean, a lot of maps have changed. Like Midtown before Overwatch 2 even left the beta got changed.
Yeah, and they like put different things in for different seasons, and that he
Yeah,
just stays.
Midtown is the new Kings Row, or maybe Eichenwald. Um,
I know what that means.
looks like Houston is running a Ramacha, which is I'm very excited for. I'm personally very interested. I love Ramacha gameplay, but they got that Pharah there. Um, but against the Diva by Cottey, that's gonna be hard. That Diva's gonna be hard focusing.
Hmm.
Let's see what they're doing here. They've got a Widow on high ground. Got a really good dink on their Ramatra, but it looks like their Ana is just gets picked out by that Bastion. That Cottey has to give a point there. They're down in one of their supports with another low. Bap uses Immortality Field, but their Ana's coming back. Widow went down. Fortunately, it looks like they're gonna have to delay their push just a little bit, even with that Ana coming back. See, they're setting up, just waiting for scouting a little bit, seeing where they're going. Making first contact. Not going too aggressive here. Uh, both Bastions have no nades. Looks like their Diva's kind of waiting to push in a little bit. Destiny following.
Sweet, sweet.
It looks like they're a bit tentative to push in with their Diva. She's kind of split right now from the rest of them, up on that high ground. Um, but this Ramattra very well could die. It's just a matter of waiting for that block to run out and trying to focus these supports. But Bastion gets
Singling out
picked
that
off from
Bastion.
Cottey, yeah. Oh, and just barely misses the shot on the Pharah. That's one. But
That
fortunately,
might
nobody
be.
dies to that Diva bomb. Um, Cottey's gonna have to pull out here with no tank. But they're building a pretty decent nano. Um, they could potentially do a turret form Bastion nano or maybe nano visor, but they're likely going to wait for that window to
Hmm.
use visor. The swap to Orisa by Cottey is definitely slept on the Pharah, and out comes the enemy Bastion from Houston. Orisa's a pretty decent counter for Ramacha, and here's the nano shooting at that platform. That Bastion is all alone, but there's a tree on point, which is going to deter a lot of the Cottey fight. Ramacha gets CC chained nearly with that sleep in that speeder. Um, looking for, unfortunately, their Ana gets picked out, and it looks like this is going to be a lost fight for Cottey. Just really hard to push past that Ramasha
Hmm.
ult and the Juno ult. Um, and they also use Lifeweaver ult, so
Yeah.
oh, he just landed so
The
gracefully.
moment
Yeah,
you called his name, he was
yeah.
like, "You called."
You talking about me?
Love him.
Um,
Such a king.
Busan, personally, I don't like Busan. It is a tried and true classic map. I'm not a big fan of Busan.
I don't know the names of any maps, so I did not know you were talking about the map. I was like, who is Busan? I did
Busan
not
is
know
a
there was a
city,
character.
and it's a map in Overwatch.
I
Um,
was scared you were talking about a character, and I was like, I don't know that character.
yeah,
I've been trying to do better on my character names, and I was like, I don't know that one. Got a blank.
Cottey's sticking with roughly the same comp.
Hmm.
Looks like Houston swapped to that Zenyatta and off the Pharah into a Mei, probably to
Ooh.
kind of counteract that Orisa push a little bit. Um, first contact here.
Such a cutie tootie.
Not matching turret forms. Cottey just burst down the Ramattra shield, but Bastion's repositioning a little bit. He's a little soloed out, so if they manage to pick him off, but
Their tank fell.
yeah, tank falls, so they're forced to play on point here, but yeah, they're just getting kind of picked off like flies, as the separation between high and low ground.
Running back to
Yeah, first fight. Whoa, I'm sorry. Thought that was contested for a bare moment, but Sway and East Tree win the fight, so they're able to no staggers. Another fight here. The Ramatra's half, but they can just burst down this Ramatra. They're doing a pretty good job with that. Nemesis form comes out, and he is just a hulk of an individual. The spear lands on the Zenyatta, though, and unfortunately, they just can't keep the Orisa up. Bastion caught in the Ramatra's web. Forced to back off once again, just with that tank going down. They lose a lot of their pressure without a pick on the other side. Got that Mei playing off angles. The Zenyatta trans to save himself. We'll see how this goes for everyone. And they just get two picked off that get stuck. And Cygnus just lets herself die, which is very fair. You don't want to stag in that situation. It's looking pretty rough for Cottey, but they probably got at least 2 more fights here, unless they take a one long one. They've almost got 4 ults, and they're building a pretty quick visor. Just have to watch out for that Kitsune from Houston. Maywall and slowed. Oh my gosh, the Orisa ult comes out, and oh my, 2 picks. Orbital Ray comes out from Cottey. This fight is turning quickly. Bastion's soloed out here, but Bastion is
fighting back.
yeah, very tanky little fellow. Just their Mei, she's delaying the inevitable, and that's a good fight from Cottey. But unfortunately, it took 3 of their ults that they already had ready, which Houston did not use a single ult, so that was a very bad,
powerful,
bad trade in terms of ults. They used both support ults there, although they could probably get it back fairly quickly. Orisa almost gets nearly bursted down. Taking this fight back towards Cottey, Houston just pushes up so far. A good Bastion ult comes out, gets that Kiriko, can't Kitsune to end this fight. That Bastion's one in the back, and I bet they know it. They just can't reach him, but their soldier plays off angles and picks off that Bastion. Going a very good fight for Cottey here. Houston did not capture point, so whomever did win would determine who would take control of that point.
Are all 5 from Cottey still alive? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought there was only like 4 on screen, and then I realized that Soldier was hiding.
Yeah, Houston coming back. This looks like they're going under. They've got a little bit of a split push there, but there's Zenyatta's picked off, which is a lot of their utility. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Sorry. The Discord in Zenyatta's kit is very useful, especially against a tank like Risa, but with that Zenyatta just not able to get in the fight, a lot of that damage that would be applied to Orisa is just lost with that Discord. So, looks
Is
like
there a reason none of them are playing on point?
this is so if they would drop down to point, they know, if they go under, if they go upper, they can fight them from the high ground.
Okay.
Bastion ult comes out from Houston. Wonder where they're gonna let it, but Orisa drops down to point. She's got that Discord there, that little orb. Trans comes out, but met with the Orbital Ray. Maybe frozen on point. She gets picked off. Zenyatta's just kind of in a rough spot here. It's looking like it's going to be a fight win for Cottey, unless this Bastion can touch 1-1. Very good hold by Cottey there. They kind of needed to find their footing. But Houston was
Houston was Adam.
yeah, Houston was matching.
Kept coming back really, really powerfully
Yeah.
and scarily.
A lot of the issues that Cottey had on the first one was just they were kind of getting staggered out, and had to take fights. They would be a lot more split than they would like to be, but they played really well together there.
Oh, this is a fun little map.
It is a very gorgeous map.
Ooh, I'm moving the mic.
Could be anyone's game here, folks. Cottey staying mostly the same, while Houston changes up a little bit with that. Back to they haven't. I don't believe they played Ana yet on this map, and they've switched to Sigma. It's a completely different tank lineup, which is very determinate of how they play. So let's see what goes the first contact here. NACE getting hurt a lot on that off angle. You know, use that to kind of chip away some damage, but it's not very useful when you are getting hurt very much here. So looking to see Orisa just kind of cut off. Focuses this May. Just can't get the pick quite yet. Sigma eats it, and Bastion Terraform comes out. Cottey matches it from Houston. They've just got to get a pick and force on the point. And it looks like this Bastion's going to get knocked off. There he goes. Can't swim very well. A lot of defensive abilities. I think that's Ana off the map too. 2 environmental kills within such a short span of time. Looks like they're going to fall back point. They know Houston can't defend it really well. They're down to support. They're down both DPS. Just that Juno and that Sigma. Yeah. Perform came out a little bit early, maybe? But nonetheless, they're still doing that chip damage. Oh my gosh, Bastion gets picked off by Juno. Oh my gosh, good counter ult from Cottey's Juno. If I remember correctly, Orbital Ray gives damage resistance. It does in Amplify shots?
Yes.
I'm gonna be so
I'm pretty
real,
sure
I did
Amplify
not.
shots because I know that every time I see it, I run into it.
Yeah. Juno being a little bit aggressive here, having to go towards the team and fight those staunch pull back. Houston switched to Sojourn and Moira.
Switching back to that one.
Ramatra. Yeah.
I don't like fighting.
Orisa
a lot.
in the. I'm not super well versed in Overwatch 2 metas, but I believe Orisa's a fairly decent Ramatra counter if it's just that spear. But Ramatra does have a shield, which is very much needed against Orisa. Trying to watch all this twink gameplay, but it looks like their soldier just picks 2 off, and this is a lost fight as that Juno just tries to scramble away. That was a great push from Houston, though. They only use Juno ult, and they're about to have soldier ult, so actually the soldier's gonna look to play probably right where they are here. Just play opposite sides. They're off angles. It always feels like an annoying little bug near your ear, and you just like, you know, somebody swap that away, but it's so hard to play against a good off angle player when you're not quite coordinated. So it looks like they push into that soldier's off angle, just pushing him away. It's gonna be very interesting. Let's look at this soldier. Which one is it? The Sojourn. Yep. Oh my goodness. Lost out. This Orisa's kind of alone right now. We got all around her. And another Orbital Ray combined with this Orisa ult. That damage amp, it goes crazy. And there goes the Ramatra too. Speedrunning Orisa is frightening, to say the least. I don't think I would want a horse galloping with me at like 100 miles an hour.
I forget that Orisa's like a horse.
Yeah, she's a horse girl.
She's a horse.
In all objective sense, they need a fast touch here. I don't know if Houston will be able to get it. The Moira fades and ults on point. She won't have the escape because Zenyatta just gets bursted down by Orisa. The Ramatra ult comes out hopefully for the stall, but every single ult coming out just delay this The Junos, attempting to run and hide away, but it's a one fight for Houston. That was 3 ults there. Even with
Yeah.
this Zenyatta getting picked out early.
And Cottey's coming back with 2 ults.
2 ults and halfway to another Orisa ult. Hopefully build that orbital ray back up pretty quickly.
Yeah, because that
Let's
orbital
see.
ray definitely did a lot of damage for that one fight.
Thought she would be bad on launch, but Juno's actually decent. Blizzard has learned from
From
bouncing
many,
mistakes. Yeah,
many
they're bouncing
mistakes.
Going in with the turf form, just burst down the shield real fast. Look at that Ramontra's health. Even in Nemesis form, he's getting hurt all the heck. But unfortunately, Orisa goes down in this fight. Looks like, yeah, it's gonna be rough. They're trying to delay. They had 2 low. They get 2 straight out the Bastion. Unfortunately, the Juno just cannot stay alive, and it looks like the first map is gonna go. Oh my, the hamster.
That was so close.
First map is gonna go to University of Houston downtown, and we'll see the play of the game here. Very yeah, I bet you this is the 2 environmental kills, which is pretty
Yeah.
Oh. That's just the Juno ult is crazy.
That was beautiful. Everybody ulted.
But they
just, like,
Houston played very
broke
very
up
well.
the
Gonna go back. Wait for the next match. We're going into Blizzard World.
Ooh, this one's fun. I really like this one. You can shoot the balloons.
You can shoot the balloons. There is a well-known bug. I do think it would be really funny if it happened on this map for us, but there's a bug where it'll pass through. This is the second checkpoint right here. So this is a hybrid map. They capture 1 point, and then you need to push the payload. So this is the second checkpoint. And sometimes your payload will go through it, but it won't actually proc the checkpoint,
Oh
and
no.
it'll just keep going. It doesn't wait for you. We're seeing a very similar comp from both sides, actually. I think new ones here.
Ash, we didn't have
Yeah,
last time.
Ash on Houston's side. Looks like the Juno player has swapped on Houston's side as well. I don't know if Misdirection has played BAP at all this match yet. Yes, she has.
Oh yeah, at the very
Yeah, it's
beginning.
the very beginning of Busan. So I think the only new thing on Cottey's side is Carl the Lime on May.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they played that at all this match. So we'll see. We'll see how this hold goes. Interesting to have this sway on Bastion. Oh my gosh, that Ash was zooming. Looks like they're taking a quick engagement here. They're playing right in that choke. Javelin straight into that shield. Waiting for Houston to get up. No point to push in fast. Good dink by this May. Really good at just poking down. Torpedo's coming out semi-early, but that BAP gets picked off. I know Sigma's low, but no Javelin to stop that black hole. Stop the projectiles. May forced a ice block, but
I'm learning so many things by just hearing you talk about the game.
it's a crazy game. Juno and a resource between a rock and a hard place. Sigma's rock and first
Juno.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. Juno cannot escape that.
It's a fast capture.
Yeah.
Houston here. Fortunately, that is just how the dice roll on a hybrid map.
Mm-hmm.
It's why Kings Row is so simultaneously so popular and so unpopular. Kings Row is fine. That's my hot take of the day. Is Kings Row is a fine map. I'm not gonna go out of my way.
You
to
don't
play
hate it and you don't love it.
Yeah,
That's your hot take.
I just don't think I like hybrid. I don't.
That's fair. I like them because I feel like their maps are more fun. But other than like playability style, I don't know. Because I am very basic with my playing.
I look and I shoot.
That's what I do.
Oh my gosh, the May gets just demolished by that Juno shot, but the Ana just unfortunately can't get out. Juno's ult comes out and I think just barely saves that Sigma from Houston. They've got this Bastion playing high ground behind Cottey, but Cottey gets pushed back. This is pretty well evenly traded, but that payload is just being pushed and pushed and pushed by Houston.
It's just still going, yeah.
They're almost got a quick second point here. Just push back.
Yeah.
Behind these walls, but no one's pushing that. Fortunately, Orisa is just really
Sitting
low
there.
and waiting for heals. No support. But
Support
Juno
gone.
comes back quickly. They've got to get a touch here. That they want to take the second point, but it doesn't look like they're gonna give up second point, which is gonna be tough in that time bake. And the Orisa just gets caught, but. Oh, double CC, a Kiriko cleanse would go so crazy right here, but it looks like a little bit of an ult overkill from Houston.
Yeah.
The fight already looked lost with that
And
anti. But fortunately, just the support's just trying to support each other, backing up.
Now Cottey's coming in with like 3, almost 4 ult.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they built a quick Orisa ult here.
Yeah.
Just in there. But fortunately, just also gets bursted down so much. The Juno ult has to come out to keep her alive, and it looks like they're trading ult for ult. They got a nano coming out. The Mayfree's going pretty good there.
Goes hard.
Yeah, they did build the faster Orisa ult, but it doesn't look like they're gonna get much with it. They push him back just a little bit, see if they can get a pick on one here, but the Sigma shield just comes out. Sigma gets picked though, and with May coming back from the fight. And
Backing up that
yeah, Cottey successfully.
Cottey.
Okay.
Sorry. That was just such a fun word. It wasn't like, oh,
Cottey.
you messed up. It was like, fun. Cottey.
Cottey. Cottey manages to keep them back for just a little bit longer. Just takes a whole minute out of that fight, but Houston still has 4 more minutes
To get to that final point.
Juno is speared and Risa is rocked in return. I've got the Zenlobe. Not sure if they're going to be able to take a pick out. They might just have to back up and stabilize. They lost 1 support, they lost 1 DPS, but they trade DPS for DPS. And the other support
Both
goes down.
The tanks are going into the other team's
backline, and it's just unfortunately can't match it.
The tanks this entire game have been like fighting each other,
Yes.
but just then like they both just completely ignored each other to get to the other's line.
Personally, I think that's one of the biggest issues with Overwatch is it's very much who can kill the tank's backline quicker. They just fight in the backline, and Kiriko almost dies there. They use both Immortality Field and Suzu. Very big util. Oh my gosh, they're just shredded by the Sigma ult.
Yeah.
Sigma ult did get a buff fairly recently, which is that it does not require line of sight anymore. So
you can just ult behind a wall.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Overwatch GOAT Super TF ulted on Circuit Royale underneath somebody on a big hill, and they went up by it. So, you know, Overwatch balancing team is kind of nutty sometimes.
Gonna see if Cottey can.
Hopefully they can get a quick capture in Blizzard World as well. This first point, it's once again, the thing with hybrid is it's kind of make it or break it. You can get a really good 1-fight win and instantly capture the point, or you could just be banging your head against the wall trying to get the capture point. And sometimes you get it in the end, and you have such a short time bank to try and win the game, and sometimes you don't manage to get it. Fun fact, Kane from Diablo 2 says lines in here. He's not just from Diablo 2, he's from Diablo.
From Diablo 2.
He's from only the second one. He was never in another
Tracer
Diablo
from
game.
Overwatch 2.
Tracer from Overwatch 2.
Was never in Overwatch.
The Life Weaver comes back out, and now we see Emmy the artist on Zen. I do believe Emmy's a Zen main. Due to the fact that they have Zenyatta as their profile picture.
That's a fair.
I am also self-proclaimed Zen main.
Ooh,
and I also have Zen as my profile picture. It looks like they're just kind of scouting out here. They got the Sombra playing slow, and we see the Hamster, the Wrecking Ball, going high ground, instantly jumps on this Bastion, matches with turret form. Looks like they're running a pretty decent split here, but jumps on the whole team just trying to get something. Everyone's
trying
low.
to kind of separate and like discombobulate their team, it seems like.
The Sombra picks up the kill on the Zenyatta. Fortunately, love Zenyatta, but he's just very squishy. They try to get him stuff,
squishy,
but he can't escape. And as Ashe gets staggered. So no way for Houston to contest here. They lost at Zenyatta, and
I believe that was almost as fast as Houston's.
Almost, yeah. We're at 5:30. I do believe Houston had like 5:45 maybe. Hamster is in. But
I have not seen Cottey play Hamster a lot. Hamster. That reminds me of Winton.
Yes.
Everybody would like say Winton for the longest time, and I did not know that his real name was Winston.
Just Winton.
And I fully believed that it was Winton.
Hamster is just a very annoying character. It looks like they trade a DPS for a support, which isn't ideal for Cottey. Sorry, it's pushing back up. And they've got a Pharah, which see if the Sombra wins this fight. Now, if this was Overwatch 1, that Pharah would not have been able to fly and probably would have died. And also, Hamster, too, died. Sombra is just a character.
Sombra's a character.
It's like just waiting for.
Oh, Carl the Lime's playing Sombra.
Carl the Lime
I
has
have seen
has
them
got a
play a.
pretty decent Sombra.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that bubble just comes out from the Zarya. Going for another slam here on the Sen, and Zarya just bubbles again. But this is the trouble with Zarya, unfortunately. Just one of the few total cleanses in the game, and this Hamster is struggling. It's back for picks, and then both DPS down. This is the metaphorical wall that a lot of hybrid players face. Goes in for
I was
the
wondering
ult.
if they were gonna ult there or not.
Yeah. Unfortunately, just can't. You know, Reaper just stands there,
Just
and everyone else
walks
just gets
through 'em all,
bubbled.
yeah.
Yeah. Slippery Reaper, for sure. But Houston's playing incredibly well. They have all 5 ults.
Wow.
There's no point in ulting if you can just kill them with abilities.
Yeah.
You know? But Cottey is potentially there. We see 2 of the ults come out, and Monster just can't hold on.
I feel like a Kiriko ult would be really good down that alleyway.
Oh, for sure. They won't. No, they don't have the same mobility that they did with running Juno. But they've got a Life Weaver tree and Transcendence, which could fairly quickly contest. Oh, the ult comes out from Carl the Lime. Let's see what their Trans comes out to meet it. Kind of gonna have to back up here a little bit, don't push as far into it, but that bar is just a big problem for them. Pushing with Nemesis form. So one Zarya bubble comes out, and Zarya's half, and there's the ult. Reaper, gets caught out. Just the Kiriko ult is so nasty.
Yeah, that.
There was a bug in over the. See if Carl Line gets this. No, it doesn't. Trying to get this Pharah.
Trying to get the Pharah.
You've almost got her. You're so close, and she gets gripped. There was a bug in Overwatch 2 beta. Oh my goodness. Houston swaps to Maga. There was also and meets with the Life Weaver ult. They're definitely trying to stop this push as much as they can. Of course, Cottey still has plenty of time to maybe take another full fight here.
Yeah.
But playing ults to delay that is very effective. Split off right now, and Sombra's in spawn. They swap to the Bastion. Bastion's gonna be slower to come back, but will definitely help against that Maga.
Yeah.
Maga's a beast. He has
and will probably
2
stay
hearts?
alive longer.
Oh yeah.
4?
4 hearts?
I don't
Doesn't
know.
he have 4
Doesn't
now?
he have like 4 spots
He has a
on
lot
his...
of. He has
lots
an
of
excess
hearts.
amount of hearts. Just trying
Maybe
to push
it might be
away with this
2.
Nemesis form, and the Pharah catches. Oh my! The Ramattra comes out to just try and hold on to stay and gets 2. I don't know if with the Kiriko lives this fight potentially. It's just the Maga. This was an insane turnaround from Cottey. There's his cardiac overdrive. He turns on his other 3 hearts, and he gets gripped.
He only has 2 hearts. I looked it up.
He only has 2. He turns on his other hearts. The Maga ult comes out, and Ramasha's just stuck in it. Maga gets picked out, though. Pretty good burst, even within the shield. And the Kiriko, Ramasha's just punching. Looking for like a stand from JoJo. And Cottey gets 2nd point, but not without a couple of scrapes and bruises. That was a tough
fight.
Tough capture. We've got a little bit of time to relax, but they've got to push up fast. They've only got a minute to get their 3rd point, and Sometimes that is the biggest hurdle, if not any of
Yeah.
the other two. Especially if you've already put up a tough fight all map.
Yeah. Get very tired and very.
Stopping that Maga with the Ramatra shield, but it's only gonna last a little bit. You almost pick off that bash in the offsides, but with Ramatra Discord, he's taking a ton of damage. And that burn is crazy. But the Bastion form comes out from Carl the Lime, focusing on that Maga. Bastion ult might come out from Cottey here. They're probably gonna wait out that Transcendence. But all low, just Soldier barely manages to live with Akitiko holding on for dear life. They're just spraying, and the Moira gets picked off. Now we're down one big heal, but Cygnus is in.
Ooh.
The Ramatra ult
They are
almost evenly picked right now. It's tank v tank, but Maga lives with the crazy healing.
I'll go with all those hearts.
I know.
Pumping all that blood, keeping
How
him
come your
healthy.
mom gives you 2 hearts? It doesn't look
I thought he had 4 because he has like 4 little metal pieces on his abs, but
Contest contest far gets 2 hamsters trying to run a distraction, but with this tree, they burst it down. Carl the Lime, Kiriko can't hold on. It's just the little hamster on site, and the hamster.
Don't think anybody's there to touch
He's
point.
passed, and that is map 2 to Houston. Downtown. I mean, all intents and purposes, they were very matched plays there.
Yeah, that was play to play.
But this Sigma, he very, in a good way, very aggressive. Just kept walking up. He can't
that
even...
makes so much more sense. I was like, that absolutely demolished those like healers. I was kind of freaked, but he was just aiming them. He was picking them off.
Just shooting those hyperspheres, you know?
All right. I'm hoping everything goes good. So Gopher got swapped in, meaning I am the main commentator now, and I am not great at spectating or commentating. That's why I'm here to learn. But since Gopher swapped in, it is just me. So good luck to me and good luck to all of you. I don't know. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, you can't hit walls. Sorry, guys. Alright, so we got the Ramatra. Their tank does seem to like a good Ramatra. Let's go over here. Whew, I can check. Okay, I think I'm understanding a little bit of controls, hopefully. So we got some good people right now. We got Ramatra versus Ramatra, which is actually quite funny. Everybody looks like, other than Gopher, we all got, they might have swapped some people in. I was not fully paying as much attention as I should. But first we got this Juno trying to pick off some people. And we can, there we go. Can see what Cottey is up to. Their soldier seems to be in a little bit of trouble trying to pick people off from the side. So far, Houston got on the middle point, so they are trying to keep that point as best as they can. Well, it's, oh my gosh, Ramatra versus Ramatra. Yeah, as I said last game, I was like, usually it seemed like the two tanks were fighting most, and so it was really funny to see the tanks just completely ignore each other to go to their backlines. But here we see the tanks really fighting again. Seems like Houston is picking off a lot of Cottey right now. This game goes so fast. Goodness gracious. So it looks like Cottey might be heading over to the other point. I don't know, they were not jumping onto that point too viciously, but it does seem like they're trying to take down as many players from Houston as they can before they get to the next point. And their Bastion seems to be pretty aggressive, trying to get these DPS out. We got their Juno. I'm not seeing anybody swapping just yet. They're already on this point, and now we're seeing Cottey trying to come from the side and take the point. Seeing soldier versus soldier, which is kind of fun. And it seems like we have 2 Ramatra ults right now, or just 1? I think it was a Ramatra ult and a Zenyatta ult. But that Ramatra was countered by that Zenyatta and taken down. So now Cottey has 2. Ooh, and Cottey is switching from Ramatra to that character. Orisa? I think it's Orisa. I don't know. If I mess up on character names, I am so sorry. I was like known for that last year. Just messing up the character names and being like, the big guy who locks you in a cage, and everybody would be like, that's Mauga, and I'd be like, right. So we got Houston's soldier coming in and poking them off. but Cottey got on point and is trying to stay on point. Houston did pick off a few of them, though. And is still running around point, trying to sneak in a spot, it looks like, to annoy and to take down Cottey. Or really just get on point at all. If they get on point for more than just a few seconds, it looks like they'd take the game. But Cottey is keeping them off for now. I heard a Bastion ult, but I didn't see where it was placed. We got Juno taking out that soldier. And the rest of Cottey looking for where the rest of that team is. They know that Ramattra was still out there. And that their team is slowly coming back. They did not have time to point, so they are running over to the other point. And we'll see who catches the next one. Go for his Kiriko. I know everybody's names here, I think. Yeah, I can name all these characters. I think it was Space Dreamer last semester that would quiz me on the names of characters. Soldier. I can't tell if they're running away or yes, they are trying to get back to their team. I thought they were trying to go around to a certain spot and poke in. But Cottey's Orisa is trying to get them. Oh, Cottey's Orisa is chasing this soldier down. And wow. Had a few ults in that fight. And now Houston is on point. I want to see how Gopher did the one thing. Oh, so sorry. I'll let us keep watching the game. We got Bastion, who Gopher said was very tanky, which I think is a very good word for him. He's very big and can sit in the front and try to help as much as he can for the tank. That Bastion did that ult there, and I don't think they caught anybody out there, which is good for Cottey. And then we got a Juno ult. Juno versus Juno. Goodness gracious. Seeing a lot of people get picked off here. Cottey remains on the point. Or maybe they took the point. I don't know if they were on the point. I know it was blue for a while. That's all I know. I know the color of the point. Orisa versus Ramattra. Oh, and then they got that soldier back there. I personally am not... I'm not like in high leagues or anything, so I don't like play that often, but this is the most I've ever seen soldier like sneak off to the side. I often see like widows and echoes sneak off onto the edge of to like pick off people. But in this round of games, in this grouping of games, I've seen soldiers run 3 times now, go to the side and try to pick off some people. We got Juno making everybody faster. Whenever I play, I love to just stand by the Juno and wait until they make me fast. because I usually play Echo, and when they do that, I just burst forward. We got a lot of... Got Ramatra's ult ready, but he's not using it yet, because he's doing pretty good just taking everybody out. Or taking, yeah, basically everybody out so far. That was a very good play on Houston's side. Ooh, we got... Gopher plays him sometimes. I know his name. Definitely. It'll come to me eventually. Oh, and we got notifications of other people playing Overwatch. I don't know how to turn that off. I don't know if you can. And then again, that soldier coming in from the side trying to poke people off. But then we got Carl the Lime as a soldier trying to find and stop them from doing that. Ooh. Definitely picked off a lot of people there, especially with Ramatra's ult coming through and just bulldozing Cottey there. But Cottey now does have their Orisa ult, and they're very close to their Soldier and Juno ults, which they're, as we've seen, Juno and Orisa, when they are ulting together, that is very powerful. So, now we are seeing who gets this next flashpoint. It has been very evenly competed. Very... Oh, there's the fight. They are already getting into that hallway, into that point. But Ramatra is trying to push in. It's actually kind of funny to see that the tank's name is Pushy when he's pushing in and he keeps trying to push through the defenses, which Gopher, Kiriko, ended that. Said that, no, you cannot push into my defenses. They're mine. We got them running back, trying to get back to that point. Because this is, I think this is the last point. Whoever wins this one wins this round. Because I don't know if, I feel like it'd be weird if it was 5 out of 7. Or it'd be 4 out of 7. I don't know math. I'm just in college to be here. That's a joke. We got going in. Lucio is his name. I figured it out, guys. I figured it out. Oh, we got Anna from the back. Very much helping their team. That is some good. Very rarely see a lot of these plays, actually. I'm realizing that I play at a much lower level. And we had Cottey win that map. It was a good map. One of my faves. As an Echo player, I like to just fly around the rooftops. Insignias, I think this is... I don't know if they've done every single play of the game, but I know they've had 2 out of the 3. And that was a very good play. That was very good. Alright, I will see you all when the next round begins. Alright, we are returning. We are now returning. I believe, yeah, okay. I pressed a button and it made Mike mute and I was confused. But I figured it out. See, I want to be able to fly as good as Gopher does this, but the mouse sensitivity is very low on this. If I accidentally switch to the point of views, then I will not be able to switch back. Because I don't know how to quite yet. that will be the next thing that either Gopher or Space Dreamer teach me. For now, we will try to remain a fly on the wall. Because I am much more entertained when this is the point of views. And I can see much more of like the gameplay and understand strategy. And I think it's just... So we already got... Ooh, already picked off that Farah and almost... Yeah, and got that one as well. Cottey came in with a vengeance. They are already moving that bot. Though this game is one of those games that you can very easily get back on and get taken off. Cottey is sticking near that bot after they pushed everybody away for now. It seems like they are regrouping, except for their Farah. Their Farah came in to say hi before everybody else did. And now they're having to watch out. I believe we did have a switch. So we now have a Sombra on Houston's team. I don't think we had any big switches on our team. No, it's all still mainly the same. We got ESAP staying on this bot. And everybody's coming back. Everybody was gone for a bit, leaving ESAP alone with the bot, but now... Ooh. That was a very powerful ult from Orisa, killing both of them and picking them off pretty quickly. They are pushing very, very quickly. And everybody's returning, coming on back. They got the bot for a few seconds before Orisa took it back. Good ult from Kiriko. While Zarya maybe? Ooh, that was a very cool ult from Farah. She stayed kind of in the corner where not a lot of people knew where she was until they pushed him back. And now they are coming back, which I did say it was very easy in this game, in this type of game to come back from. Now we are seeing Cottey come back, trying to grab that robot and get back there, and we got Orisa here, picking off a lot of their teammates, and their tank is almost another victim from the Orisa. And now we got Cottey coming all the way back again. Ooh, we got Ashe over there, assisted by Mercy, and then we got Kiriko and their tank. Tank versus tank with that bubble there, which causes a lot of issues. I still don't really know how to fight somebody with a bubble. Other than, I guess, you don't fight them. We got very, very strong Juno ult. Keeping Houston off of the robot. Orisa going and picking off their supports. And then ESAP back on robot duty, making sure that Cottey's team stays on the robot. Houston is fighting back very strong to Cottey's push. Every single time Cottey gets near that corner, they are pushing back very strongly. Cottey did really good at staying on the robot in the middle and keeping it around there, but the moment they get to that corner, Houston comes at him. Seeing Cottey grab the bot again. And Orisa start to attack a lot of their team. Trying to see what all they're doing right now. Got ooh, we got a cool Bastion ult, seeing what that, if that catches anybody. It did really damage their Juno, but it didn't look like their Juno died from it. But that right there did take off the rest of them. Seeing if Cottey can finally push strong enough around that corner to get the final point. We got Ashe coming in from behind. Looks like trying to catch him off guard, but it looks like the mass majority of their team is going to stay up here to try and ward him off from that corner. Seeing that Orisa kind of stay, and they switched to the rodent hamster. It's a hamster. Feels bad to call him a rodent. And then they got 3 people down, 4 people down. Only person that hasn't been taken from their fight was the tank. But they're regrouping very quickly to come back to this fight. Keeping them from touching that wall any further. They do not want that barrier gone. Houston is doing really good at honestly pushing them from this point. Cottey got really far the first time, and Houston was not letting that happen again. And so every single time Houston pushes back, they get a little further. Ooh, just got that Ashe picked off, but now they have 3 ults and 3 ults, and their hamster is very close to having their next ult. But our Orisa could probably quickly get that ult back. Yeah. Ooh, and that Bastion really kind of got demolished by that ult. Could not escape that little area. And then they got their tank, and their entire team got there. So now that was a good push from Houston. Kind of in this middle area. Seeing their hamster up there until they drop down. That was kind of a really cool move that I have not seen frequently. Well, I also haven't played with hamster frequently, but it was really cool just to kind of hide up there. And seeing Juno's ults here. Yeah, with only 1 minute remaining, Cottey's kind of just gotta. It looks like their main goal is just gonna be trying to keep Houston from getting any further instead of trying to get to that final point. Because if they can do a final team kill here, then I believe they'll be able to take this map. Ooh, we do got Bob though, but we also have 4 whole ults from the Cottey team that can be used. Though Houston gets back to that pushing, so Cottey's got to get back and get back there quick to stop them from getting to this point here and give the Houston team more time. Seems like Soldier started to use his ult. And yep, that was the final one. So I think it's 2-2 right now for maps. I don't know. I believe it's 2-2. Ooh, this is probably gonna be cool. I noticed them playing very interestingly with Hamster. I've never really liked Hamster as a character, but seeing them play Hamster makes me very, very entertained by the options their character has. Alright, we will see you when it starts again. Alrighty, we are back on this map. I definitely know the name. I think all of you guys know that I do not know the name. But I did finally learn how to spectate. The good thing about having like the esports room and streaming room very close is I can just waltz on over and be like, hey, how do you do things? And they will answer. Now I can bob up and down. That's gonna get real annoying. But now I can also do this. And then go back to flying. Which I think that's a win. I think that's a win. Alright, so we got Cottey with very, very similar setups, but we have Winston coming out. Villa swapped with Pushy. I think that's how you say their name. I don't know. So now we have a Winston up here, and then Lucio and Sojourn, and Widow, all people that we haven't really seen before. But they're coming with a bit of a vengeance, getting that... Ooh, picking off that Lucio very quickly. And that Widow being very dangerous, very dangerous. So far we've had 3 people picked off from the Widow. I don't know if all 3 were from the Widow, but people, they were kind of picked off kind of quick. But we still got our 2 tanks fighting very fiercely. We got ESAP Trees working as hard as they can to keep this Orisa alive. I want to get over to their team and watch their Widow. Oh, I did not realize that their Widow was dead by the time I could get through all of that. And then they picked off the Sojourn, trying to target that, trying to target the Winston again. Or as I've said previously, Winton. This is so funny that I fully believed that that was Winston's name. I was just going around being like, Winton, and everybody was like, haha, you get the joke. I did not get the joke. Ooh, we got a Widow ult out, meaning that Cottey's team is in a little more danger from being caught if they were trying to hide. Oh, but they hard punished that Winston for getting in that close to their team. Seeing them all try to... Seeing that Orisa going back and targeting that Widow, and now they just have the Sojourn left. Which this Baptiste, our lovely Gopher, who is just streaming, their Baptiste was getting that. Their team is back, coming to try to get this payload. That Winston keeps jumping in right in the middle, but this time he ulted, so that was actually a very good jump. But the last 2 times he jumped, he had to leave because he was getting very hurt. Either he had to leave or he did leave from getting killed. But this time he broke up their team a lot and did what Winstons do. And then we got Cottey, a few people from Cottey still trying to pick it up, and it looks like they did. They at least got the Winston. Now their diva is diving in there without yet getting that Baptiste, but thankfully Carl the Lime sees him and is going to punish that. We are getting kind of everywhere's a little... Everyone's a little bit of everywhere. We got May and Baptiste fighting. We got D.Va fighting 3 people over here. I think that's one of the cool things about this map is there's so many little hidey holes that everybody can just come on in and like hide around the team. So we still got this May kind of being a little perturbing to the rest to the Cottey team. But thankfully they got. Now Houston is pushing in very, very quickly and using some good ults there to try to just push a little further. They passed that first point very quickly. That's Sojourn and the Soldier. I love seeing them fight because they're like have the same name. They don't have this like similar name. Ooh, very dangerous for Cottey. Ooh! And Cottey responded with a very dangerous ult, which got two of their people. They have a lot. And we saw that Baptiste get that Ana. And now Houston pushed that payload up pretty far, but Cottey did stop them. Now we are seeing if they can come back and stop the payload fully, or if Houston can come back and get the payload through. Ooh, that Reinhardt got really badly got by somebody on the Cottey team. Came in with a good strategy of just trying to get everybody. And then that D.Va got that May. Soldier still trying to get this Reinhardt down here. Reinhardt, who is coming back very quickly, trying to get back on that point. Ooh, seeing that Reinhardt, that Ana start touching and that Reinhardt come through and try to destroy trying to destroy Cottey's tank. Reinhardt is very low. And Reinhardt, Ana, and Sojourn all got... now it's just the May holding on to that point, trying as hard as they can to stay on that point. And they seem to be doing a pretty good job, but with that D.Va ult, could not cut it. And then we had Bastion ult right at the end. Now we're gonna see if Cottey can push any further against Did it just sit there? When does it reset? I've never spectated before. This is crazy. There's just a little car here with a lot of bullet holes in it. And everything's strewn about. Does the map not reset? I believe it does. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even there when I saw it disappear. Oh my gosh. So shameful. I should have watched. Alright, is Houston walking over yet? Yes, they are. Are seeing... Ooh, we got an Iliari. We got a Baptiste. Most of these we've seen played before already, but Iliari is a cool... It's a cool one to see. And then we got Sigma. Ooh, I don't know if the last time we saw Sigma played, it was Villa, if it was pushy. But I always love Sigma. It's the only tank I can play comfortably. So far they are wrapping around this corner, trying to keep Cottey from getting anywhere close to that corner, and Cottey's tank got very damaged there. And they got their tank pushing around. Wondering where the other person from Cottey is, but they're right over there. Got Carl the Lime being a widow and shooting very far. And then we have this widow also shooting very far. Ooh, we got the D.Va coming up and around and picking people off from behind. But that Iliari is doing their best to not get picked off, which was successful. Thankfully, we got Baptiste and Sigma still being powerful. And that Sigma takes out the D.Va mech, seeing if Sigma can take out D.Va herself. But they're staying on point, trying to keep it where it's at, which they're doing a very good job at. Seeing if Cottey can push further. We got a ult from Houston so that now they can see all of the characters. One of my favorite ults. I like at first when I was very new I hated it because it was like it doesn't do any damage, but now I love it because I can just like find people that are hiding. Houston got the D.Va mech out again. And then the D.Va ran straight into their back lines and got slightly demolished there. And all 5 of Houston are still there. We got 2-2 ults right now, but their Bastion is a lot closer to ult. Ooh, Carl the Lime got sniped, maybe? I wasn't paying a lot of attention. I just saw their character turn red. Oh, we got a ult there. That did some damage, but didn't take anybody out. But they're back in their mech trying to get... Ooh, Juno ults. And Bastion. And Sigma ult. These are a lot of ults coming out in this one battle. But Cottey is pushing further. If Cottey could keep pushing forward. Ooh. D.Va mech was taken out. Though everybody at Cottey is still alive. Though the Widow came back as well, so that is... That ult comes back out, being able to see everybody and see all of their plans. With only 30 seconds remaining, Cottey really has to step on this point and able to get where they need to be. Oof. Got killed a lot again. But D.Va is still holding on strong, trying to stay touching. Though they lost touch, and we're seeing if anybody... No, no one was close enough to touch again. So it seems like Houston has won this game, I believe. I believe it was 3-2. Might have been more. But either way, that was a really good game. I really liked seeing all the strategy and team plays. Ooh. Very, very lovely Widow. Love to see it. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful time.